Hey, what's up, you guys? Almost missed 2 days in a row of vlog posts. You know, it's kind of hectic coming back from a weekend of camping. And that last day, I attended, we'll call it like a family event called Guns and Grillin'. It sounds crazy, but it's a lot of fun. Basically, my wife's sister, her husband's side of the family, every Memorial weekend, they have this event where everybody comes out, brings some food to pass, and they bring their firearms. And it's way out in the countryside. I'm watching ducks. I don't know if you could hear them. Anyways, I'm so sidetracked so easily. So anyways, the last day was Guns and Grillin'. So we did that. Brought my AR-15, my pistol. I have a small 9mm rifle, and there were probably 40 or 50 guns out there, and you know, it's a really well controlled, responsible setting, and it's just a fun way to spend a day out there shooting targets and stuff. It was a lot of fun. So by the time all of that got done and got back to the campground, I fell asleep. Took a nap. I don't take naps during the day, so it's kind of nice to just get back, unwind, take a nap. By the time I got done doing that and packing everything up, we were on the road and headed home. And I had completely lost track of time, and I apologize for the lack of vlog post. And then today, I almost forgot because I started processing images from that shoot, from the gun shoot, and the weekend of shooting, and had some pretty good images that I shot when I was out in Grand Haven. The Grand Haven Visitors Bureau is wanting to use one of my photos, one of the sunset photos, and then another one of the photos looks like it's getting some attention from them in the Pure Michigan ad campaign as well. So that's exciting to get some recognition from two of the big ad agencies that promote Michigan. Live in a beautiful state, and I love to share my work shot in my home state. And just wanted to talk a little bit about that. If you head over to my Flickr page, you'll see one photo. It's a sunset photo, and I want you to go see that just because it was shot with the 300mm f4 and the MC14 teleconverter. So 420mm sunset shot on the pier. Now when you look at that photo, for those who have never done anything like this, you'll see why I chose that lens setup. Normally with a wide field of view, wide angle lens, or even a standard lens, the sun in the background is going to be really small. And I have been wanting this shot, well, since last year, of people walking down the pier at sunset, shooting it with an extremely long focal length. What that does is it makes the sun look really big in your shot, and I wanted people silhouetted against the sun. And if you visit my Flickr page, you'll see exactly what I was talking about. I got not only the shot that I wanted, I got probably half a dozen shots very similar to one another that I like, that I'll save some of the other ones for later use. But again, on Flickr you'll see the shot that I'm talking about. So keep that in mind. Landscape photos aren't always relegated to the wide and the ultra wide lenses or even panoramas. Sometimes a narrow field of view at an extreme telephoto length can yield interesting results. Keep that in mind, and keep this in mind as well. So here's a dirty little secret I'll let out about the shot that's over on Flickr. The post-processing on that image was all done in the camera, and this is how I did it. I used a scene mode. I was shooting RAW plus JPEG, so I do have the RAW file for that image. But I also used the sunset scene mode in the camera. Does it sound very unprofessional to do something like that? I don't really care if it does or not. It yielded perfect results. It warmed up the image significantly. It's designed for sunsets. It made the sunset just banging. I just knew that I'd have the RAW there so I could process it however I wanted, but I knew that the scene mode was going to yield a very dramatic sunset. And it did, to great effect, I think. So I guess I want to just say that sometimes it's not a bad idea to let the camera do some of the thinking. That's why I shoot in aperture priority most of the time. I worry about aperture. I let the camera worry about ISO and shutter speed, because in most cases that's all I need to worry about for myself is aperture. Shutter speed, not necessarily an issue for a lot of the things that I shoot. ISO, most of the time I'm shooting in light to where ISO is going to be low, but I leave it on auto anyways because I can shoot totally fine up to 1600 or 3200 with no problem with my cameras. 6400 if I want to put a little work into it, 10,000 if I want to put just a little bit more work into it. So sometimes it's all about just getting out there and enjoying the damn scene and letting the camera do some of the work, you know, so you don't have to. So yeah, anyways, I guess that's it for tonight. I squeezed in a vlog post. I offered a little bit of advice. Go look at the picture on Flickr. If I can remember, I'm doing this from my phone. If I can remember to get the link in the bottom of the description to my Flickr page, that might make it easier for you to find it. I want you to see that picture because I want you to understand that wide angle is not the only way to shoot a landscape. Think outside the box, folks. Take care. I'll see you guys around. Bye.